So a question you can probably answer better than anybody is, what is sex education like for married couples, and maybe even for boyfriends and girlfriends who have been together for a long time?
Yes. So I love working with couples. I think it's a great thing. And I mean, you have to think sex takes two people all the time, no matter what. So even when you're not married or boyfriend and girlfriend, you're still looking at a couple when you come together, right? So communication is definitely key. Understanding your body, like sex education, really does get kind of redundant at some point where you're teaching the same things and the same kind of steps. But when it comes to married couples, you have to understand what you're communicating to the person you're with. So sensate focus is a really great way to understand your partner and then yourself and how you interpret touch. So you can literally use different objects. Whether I love using the pen aspect. You can make a sexy pen like rub down your face, down your arms, and you're really just paying attention to the sensation. You can do this yourself and understand how you like to touch your body. You can have your partner then do it to you and understand how they how you interpret their touch to your body. And then the other side to that is doing it to your partner and then seeing what their cues are for touch. I had a client who was like, every time, I go and touch his lower back, like that's my way of being like, I'm ready to go, whatever. And he responds to it. And I'm like, well, does he know that that's your like turned on, let's go touch for him? Because he might be interpreting that as you not being erotic, just being sweet and kind and loving. Whereas your interpretation of feeling him, that's erotic to you. And so that communication is very important in understanding it and having that within couples. And then also being okay with the evolution of your sex life is huge because sex is always evolving and you're always redefining it through different phases of your life. So being okay with the evolution of your sex when you change into, as a woman being a mother, as a man being a father, what that sex life looks like, whether it drops off your sex drive or it amps it up. Being okay with not being the center of attention anymore when you get kids, and then being the center of attention once your kids come out and going out of your house. Like, I mean, menopause, low sex drive, low testosterone for men, you name it, it's going to come up in your sex life. And you have to understand the changes that come with that, but also be comfortable and confident within that change.
So there's a lot of things and a lot of topics, and kind of like as maybe you grow older and grow more knowledgeable, you just need to do a lot of more research on yourself
Right.
as well as with you and your partner, essentially.
Exactly. And the other thing too is it's all okay. Being more kinky is another way of being okay. And people think that you have to be super crazy and add all this spice to spice up your sex life when you get to certain points. But it really doesn't have to be that complicated. You can really just do minor changes to what you're already doing and see really big results in your sex life. And I think Cosmo and a lot of those really big magazines just focus so much on having this amazing orgasm and all these things, which, yeah, we want all of that, but it's also that other connection that you have with your partner that you can't um, just have with anybody, or if you didn't have that, your sex life wouldn't be as amazing, if that makes sense.
Right. It's
Um,
not all about like what you read or like what you see on Google. It's really about the communication between, you and your partner.
It's
exactly.
so
And be
civilized.
okay with whatever phase that you're in, and be okay customizing your sex lifestyle. That's probably the biggest thing. Is a sex lifestyle is very personal and very customized to the person who's having it. So one size does not fit all when it comes to sex. One position, one style, one whatever. It's sex is so broad and ever growing and ever changing that you just have to customize and do what feels right for you, and as a couple.
All right. Thanks.